Deep in the dense wilds along the Coast of Tusks, the Sons of Behemat confront a raucous host of demons who have trespassed in their lands. Be'lakor, commanding his legion of the First Prince, has come to the realm of beasts in search of amberbone, the fragments of realmstone through which the raw magic of Ghur flows. Caring little for their reason or goal, the mega-gargants of the Breaker tribe throw themselves into battle with reckless fervor. The united demons do not come unprepared, however, and we will see if the strength of the powers of chaos are enough to lead the Dark Master to victory.
Hello and welcome to Season of War! Tonight we have a very exciting game of Age of Sigmar for you tonight, as this is not the channel debut, but the Battle Report standard format debut of my wife Cassidy, our lovely narrator who has narrated all of our past games for the past year or so at least now.
Almost, I think.
Yeah, it's a long time now. More than half the Battle Reports we've done for sure. But just jumping into things tonight, we're playing a heavy-hitting matchup here of the Sons of Behemat, one of the top armies in the meta right now, against the Legion of the First Prince, who is also a really strong army in the meta, has a bunch of tricks up their sleeves, but we'll see how these two go toe-to-toe. Legion doesn't necessarily have the same presence in the meta right now, but a good following with a lot of top-end players that they're a high-skill army, take a lot of play, they have a lot of tricks, but we'll see how those tricks stand up to the brute force of the mega-gargants.
We will see.
But jumping into the match today, we're playing Feral Foray, so this is a 6 objective mission, maybe one of the harder ones for Guardians. Maybe we did that on purpose because Cass has been running rampant, but also the Guardians have just been running rampant on the channel, so good to show how they maybe will play or the pros and cons on a tougher mission for them.
Yeah, we had to try and give you a chance.
Yeah, exactly. But we'll see you here tonight. Cass, do you want to jump in and take us through your army list?
Sure. So I have 2 War Stompers and 2 Gatebreakers. My general is a Gatebreaker, and he has the Amulet of Destiny.
Yep.
So I have 2 War Stompers. One of them has the Arcane Tome and knows Flaming Weapon. And then my other Gatebreaker has the word I really hate, which is Portcullis.
Yeah, Enchanted Portcullis.
Enchanted Portcullis.
Yeah, notable with the Amulet of Destiny, we are playing this is after the FAQ, so this is the first time you've played since the FAQ, where your Amulet of Destiny, that's still good on your Mega-Gargant, but it's now only as good as the Enchanted Portcullis for the 6-up board saves. So a slight mini nerf for the Mega-Gargants.
That's fine. Got it.
For myself here tonight though, again, I'm playing Legion of the First Prince. I have pretty much a staple list that you'll see, which is Kairos, Be'lakor, a Bloodthirster of Insensate Rage, who is the general, with the Ruinous Aura, and Armor of the Pact. And then I have a Slaves to Darkness Demon Prince of Khorne, for that great Bloodslip ground command ability to make it hopefully hard for the Guardians to get into me. And other than that, I just have 2 units of 10 Pink Horrors and a unit of 5 Fleshhounds. So light on bodies to start off with. Hopefully I'll be able to summon some in throughout the game. I do also have the Umbral Spell Portal to get some cheeky spells through. And that's pretty much where we're at right now. With the drops, you did have 2 battalions for the 2 extra artifacts, putting you at 4 drops. In my list was a 3 drop here, so I did outdrop you, which does allow me to choose. And in this case, while it does open me up to the potential double turn, I'm going to take the first turn, set up my defenses, see how we can go, and we'll just jump right into it, going into Legion of the First Prince, turn 1.
The Legion battle tactic is Ferocious Advance. The Demon Prince uses Heroic Leadership, which the Gatebreaker fails. The Demon Prince uses Bloodslip Ground. Kairos casts the Umbral Spell Portal. Kairos casts Gift of Change, dealing 4 mortal wounds to the Gatebreaker general. Kairos fails to cast the Master's Command. Be'lakor casts Mystic Shield onto the Demon Prince. The Demon Prince summons a unit of bloodletters with unyielding legions. The Legion holds 2 objectives and complete their battle tactic with monsters, scoring 5 points.
Alright, so Legion of the First Prince turn 1, it was as much of a success as I could ask for. I did Ferocious Advance for my battle tactic to get it out early. I'm not charging or anything, so good time to do it. I got the bonus point because I picked my 3 big boys. So I get 5 points this round for hold 1 and 2, but because you have 3 objectives also, I don't get hold more. And then I got my battle tactic with the bonus point. So 5 points, pretty much otherwise just trying to put my gameplay of throwing screens in your way to try and slow you down, keep you away from my important stuff, which I'm sure you're excited to go into and kill. But then I have my Slave to the Darkness Demon Prince here, sitting in the back behind a second screen which I summoned in, with his Bloodslick Round aura, having all the runs and charges of anyone that comes close. So hopefully you're going to come up to 3 inches from me, away from me, and then not even be able to get into combat. That's the hope. So we'll see. Yeah, it depends on the rolls, but that's the hope for me, to try and keep you away from me as long as possible. And that's pretty much where we're at.
Now it's time to get smashing.
Yep, so we'll jump into Sons of Behemat, turn 1.
The Gargant battle tactic is Monstrous Takeover. The Gatebreaker General uses Heroic Leadership, which the Demon Prince fails. The War Stomper casts Flaming Weapon. The War Stomper uses At the Double. The Fleshhounds redeploy, moving 2 inches. The Demon Prince uses All-Out Defense. The Gatebreakers both hurl boulders at the Demon Prince, but deal only 2 damage. The Gatebreaker General uses Forward to Victory, but fails his charge, as does the War Stomper. Ugh, that Demon Prince is so annoying. The Gatebreaker deals 4 mortal wounds to the horrors on impact. The Gatebreaker uses all-out attack and deals 13 damage to the horrors. The horrors deal 1 damage to the Gatebreaker. The Gargants hold 2 and more objectives and complete their battle tactic to score 5 points. Okay, so Sons of Behemat turn 1. Not totally all the stomping I wanted to do, but at least I got to do a little bit of stomping. Well, we'll start over here. I was able to run up and actually get that objective from Jordan, and kind of hoping to just put a little bit of pressure on him with that unit. Horror?
Yeah. Well, the horrors, they can't do anything in there besides slow you down. So.
I'm just hoping to stomp them real good.
Take my objectives.
I can win priority. And unfortunately, my general and the other Gatebreaker could not charge in.
Bloodslick Round came up big.
Which is what Jordan wanted.
And
unfortunately.
I did the redeploy of 2 inches,
which made it even harder.
You needed like 10s to charge. You didn't get it.
But this fellow over here actually did a pretty good job at coming in and smacking around some other horrors, which I totally forgot that they like split off into like a million little annoying,
Yeah.
can I swear?
You can.
Fuckers. Like, I don't understand. Like, it's so annoying.
She's learning to love horrors just like the rest of the community.
Yeah, no thanks. I'm good. I'm good. Anyway, I'm hoping to kill them all and feel really great about it later. So, yeah.
You did, because you take that objective from me actually, you do store hold 1, 2, and more. So you get 3 points there, and then you did monstrous takeover for the easy objective. Or the easy battle tactics. You store 5 points as well, so we're tied 5-5. And jumping into priority.
Okay.
I win ties because I went first. It's unless you roll 1, no.
Oh, I'm gonna take it.
Okay, sounds good. So with that, we're going to jump into
Sons of Behemat turn 2.
Yes, ma'am.
The Gargant battle tactic is broken ranks. The Gatebreaker General fails heroic leadership, and the Demon Prince uses their finest hour. The War Stomper fails to cast Flaming Weapon. The Fleshhounds redeploy, moving 6 inches. The Demon Prince uses all-out defense, and the Gatebreakers both fail to connect their hurled boulders. The Gatebreaker General uses forward to victory, but fails his charge. The War Stomper deals 9 mortal wounds with his charge impact. The Gatebreaker uses all-out attack and deals 20 damage to the horrors. The horrors deal no damage to the War Stomper. The War Stomper finishes off the Bloodletters and deals 7 damage to the Fleshhounds. The other War Stomper finishes off the Fleshhounds and deals 5 damage to the Horrors. The Horrors deal 4 damage to the Gatebreaker. The Gargants hold 2 and more objectives and complete their battle tactic with a monster, scoring 6 points. Okay, so bit of a better turn for me this time. I was able to take out the Fleshhounds, which is great because that was my battle tactic. So I do achieve that, thankfully.
Actually, only because I made a mistake.
That's fine because your mistakes are my rewards.
Yeah.
I was able to put some damage in them with this Gatebreaker.
Yeah. Just impact hits on the charge and then finish them off in combat.
Sorry, War Stomper.
War Stomper.
Sorry,
yeah.
War Stomper.
Yeah.
And then I was able to finish them off with my other War Stomper.
Yeah.
So that's
and that's where my mistake was. Mm-hmm. I left these 2 alive, just trying to leave them in the middle of the board to run somewhere else was my thought, forgetting you hadn't attacked here yet, which let you just edge over a millimeter to put a couple hits into them.
So remember, friends, someone else's mistake can be your success.
Yep.
Take advantage. 2022 motto.
Yeah.
So that was
your
good
general
for me.
still didn't get in.
Yeah, that was I even tried to do a command point for forward to victory, and that was a big forward to failure. So did not work. I would just laugh if he just the entire game he just stays there.
That's the goal. Hopefully he just stays there all day.
I hope not.
Yeah.
And then I was able to do a bit more damage into these.
Yep, and I do have to spend.
Stupid.
Actually, you know what?
Multiplying.
I'm fine with their battle shock. I'll roll it real quick. So I'm at 7. I'm at 10, so I'm fine. None of them run away, which is fine. And you do hold the same 4 objectives still, so you get hold more, as well as hold 1 and 2.
And I complete my battle
your battle tactic for 5 points again. Look at you go.
Look at me go.
And then we'll just be jumping into Legion of the First Prince, turn 2.
The Legion battle tactic is Conquer. The Demon Prince fails heroic leadership, and the Gatebreaker uses their finest hour. The Demon Prince uses Bloodslip Ground. Kairos casts Gift of Change, dealing 5 mortal wounds to the Gatebreaker. Kairos fails to cast the Master's Command. Kairos fails to cast Mystic Shield. Bellicor fails to cast Enfeeble Foe. The Demon Prince uses At the Double. The Demon Prince fails to summon with Unyielding Legions. The Horrors deal 3 damage to the War Stomper. The Bloodthirster and Gatebreaker both use Titanic Duel, and Bellicor roars. The Gatebreaker uses all-out defense, and the Bloodthirster deals 12 damage to it. The Gatebreaker deals 10 wounds to the Bloodthirster. Bellicor deals 4 damage to the Gatebreaker. The War Stompers deals 26 damage to the Horrors. The Horrors deal 3 damage back to the War Stomper. The Legion holds 2 objectives, complete their battle tactic, and burn an objective to score 4 points.
Alright, so Legion of the First Prince turn 2. Starting to do some stuff here. Excuse me, I retreated out over here, which is the big thing this turn, to claim this objective, which I claimed it with my horrors and then also burned it here. So I'm getting a bonus point there for the burning, which helps compensate that I don't get hold more, because I would only have hold 1 and hold 2. We're 3 and 3 here, still on objectives, only because I failed to do my summon with my Demon Prince. I threw him across the board, try and get that cheeky summon across the board. Didn't work out for me there. So yeah, I don't know if burning is the right choice, but here I just don't want to fall behind. Yeah, make you make some decisions about whether you want points or kill stuff. Yeah, so otherwise, yeah, my Bloodthirster went in, did like 16 damage in combat, which was awesome. Bellicor only did 4, so he's a bit of a failure. And actually over here, I ended up just on the positioning of the train being pinned here in combat where I couldn't retreat out. So you did a bunch of damage. Actually, I'll owe you a battle shock there. No one runs, so that's fine. But these guys now, between casualties and kind of pivoting, I'm able to retreat out next turn. Hopefully, I'm still alive. Because he did a ton of damage this round also.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I do still have Bellicor's ability to like turn one of your units off in this game still. So I still have that card up my sleeve, as well as Kairos, his ability to change one dice roll, yours or mine, throughout this game is still a nasty trick, but we have priority first. That's a 3.
That's a 3.
And you win ties because you went first this round, so you'd have to choose who goes first.
Okay.
But whoever goes second gets to burn an objective of the opponents.
I'll go first, I think.
Okay, you're gonna take first turn, so I'll burn an objective. I'm gonna burn this. Ooh, that's tough. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. I don't know about that, but we're doing it. Yeah,
it's done.
So we'll jump into Sons of Behemat, turn 3 here.
The Gargant battle tactic is Conquer. The Gatebreaker General fails heroic leadership, which the Demon Prince succeeds at. The War Stomper casts Flaming Weapon. The Demon Prince uses Redeploy, moving 3 inches. The Gatebreaker deals 2 mortal wounds on impact. The Demon Prince deals 4 damage to the Gatebreaker. The War Stomper uses all-out attack and finishes off the horrors. The Gatebreaker kills the Demon Prince. Yeah, he does. The Gargants hold 2 and more objectives, complete their battle tactic, and burn an objective to score 6 points. So I did a lot of stomping and a lot of destroying and a lot of things.
More than I was hoping.
Yeah. So obviously to get my battle tactic, I ran.
Well, just moved him up and
I moved
did
him
conquer.
Up. I did conquer, so I moved him up. I did retreat this guy because
he's a coward?
Nope. Okay, I'm the coward? What did you do with these guys?
They're little.
So, whatever. They ran between his legs. Not cool. Yeah, he's at very high risk of dying. So I'm like, yeah, YOLO, we're not doing that. So I tried to retreat him. I mean, he's probably going to die next round, but that's fine. I'm trying my best. But I did kill the Demon Prince.
You did. Unfortunately, actually, I was so excited, so I redeployed when you moved up. I got onto this objective, which means I would have taken it away from you. You wouldn't have gotten hold. You would have gotten hold more still, actually. But anyways, you wouldn't have gotten that.
Yeah.
And then I would have been safe and summoned and all that. But you rolled an 11 to charge, which is literally gave you 5.5 inch charge.
Which was
just barely put you within 5.5 inches.
Yeah.
Because I got a 3 inch redeploy, and I couldn't move directly away. So.
It was lucky.
It was very close. But the 11 charge basically got you in there.
Yeah, and then I just destroyed all your other little shithead horrors.
Yes, you did. And
sorry, I hate this concept of like
the horrors
splitting and splitting and splitting.
Yep. So does a lot of the community.
Well, I'm on your side.
Yeah.
Join me. Help me destroy all of the horrors.
At least I'm not running 60. That's a common thing these days. Not
I
too
would
common,
literally
but,
just. No.
So otherwise, though, you claim this objective. You get your battle tactics. You get hold 1, 2 more. 2 for the battle tactics for 5 points again, which is unfortunate. And I knew burning that one was potentially going to come back to bite me, because that's like the fact that you had to move away from there. That it exposes that area. I was hoping though that the Demon Prince was going to live. I would be there, move further away, summon a screen, be a super big nuisance over there, but the fact that you got into him actually really, and I burned that, really puts me on the back foot.
Yeah, because now you're pretty far from it.
Yeah, so I gotta kill stuff, but I also gotta take objectives, so it's hard to do both.
Yeah.
But we're gonna try our best and jump into Legion of the First Prince, turn 3.
The Legion battle tactic is bring it down. The Bloodthirster uses heroic recovery, healing 1 wound, and the Gatebreaker uses heroic leadership. Kairos casts the Master's Command on the Bloodthirster. Kairos casts Gift of Change, dealing 5 mortal wounds to the Gatebreaker. Kairos casts Mystic Shield onto the Bloodthirster. Be'lakor casts Enfeeble Foe onto the War Stomper. Be'lakor summons 5 horrors with unyielding legions. The blue horrors deal 1 damage to the Gatebreaker. The horrors deal 3 damage to the War Stomper. Be'lakor and the Gatebreaker both roar. The Bloodthirster and the War Stomper both use Titanic Duel. The Bloodthirster finishes off the Gatebreaker. The War Stomper deals 5 damage to Be'lakor and 4 to the horrors. Be'lakor uses all-out attack and deals 6 damage to the War Stomper. The Legion hold 1 objective, achieve their battle tactic with a monster, and slay a monster, scoring 5 points.
Alright, so Legion of the First Prince, turn 3. I think the biggest realization is how much of an idiot I was on your turn. Just completely spaced on Bellacor's ability and Kairos' ability, both of which I saved and hadn't used yet. Would have kept my Slaves to Darkness Demon Prince alive. I don't even have words for how silly of a mistake that was. Again, could have Kairos diced your charge so he's not getting in. And at least, even if I don't get my summon, well, I did get my summon off, but I at least claim that objective with the and have the Demon Prince still, which would be huge for denying your charges, right?
Yeah.
For the rest of the game. So losing that piece is huge. Hopefully there's another monumental game-winning moment I can use Kairos' once per game dice change at. Because it was not this moment.
I also did burn an objective.
Yes, you did burn this one. Just burning the near one to me at the end of your turn for the extra bonus point.
Extra salt in the wound.
Yeah, extra. You got a 6th point, which also makes it harder for me to get back to 1. So that's why you saw Be'lakor zipping across the board. So here now, I hold 1 objective. That's it. And then I did my battle tactic of bring it down. I did it with a monster, so I did a bonus point for it. So there's 3 points there. And then 1 for the primary, as well as slaying a monster this round, which gives me a 5th point. So I'm only down 1 point this round.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Fighting back on objectives. Still have Bellacor's and Kairos' abilities, so we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
But jumping into priority roll.
3.
That's a 1. So I think the Sons of Behemat are going to take turn 4, and we will just jump right into it.
The Gargant battle tactic is bring it down on Be'lakor. The War Stomper uses their finest hour, and Be'lakor fails heroic recovery. Be'lakor uses the Dark Master on the Gatebreaker General. The War Stomper casts Flaming Weapon. The Gatebreaker cannot act in the movement or shooting phase because of the Dark Master. The War Stomper deals 3 mortal wounds on impact. The War Stomper uses Titanic Duel and deals 5 damage to Be'lakor. Be'lakor deals 2 damage to the War Stomper. The War Stomper finishes off Be'lakor. The Gargants hold 2 and more objectives, complete their battle tactic with a monster, slay a monster, and burn an objective, scoring 8 points. All right, so I did some more stomping.
A little burning.
A little burning. A little more salt in the wound.
Yep.
So yeah, I wanted to take revenge
on
my fallen hero, my fallen friend.
Yep.
So just Be'lakor, unfortunately, was just a target I chose for my battle tactic.
Bring it down.
For bring it down. So I decided that it was best to just kind of go in and charge full force. He did stop my general from being able to move or literally do anything. So that was super annoying. And I was kind of at risk of him passing on some of those wounds to
I did pass off
shitheads in the back.
They help keep Be'lakor alive, but not enough in the end.
Yeah, and they're dumb, so whatever. They obviously weren't strong enough to keep their master alive, so that's another reason why we can all hate them. So yeah, they're dead. I mean, Be'lakor is dead, so...
so you did your battle tactic.
I did get my battle
with
tactic.
A monster.
With a monster, and I burned an objective.
And you killed a monster.
And I killed a monster.
And you held 1, 2, and more.
And I held 1,
That's
2,
a lot of points in the end,
more.
So 7 points, I think.
Yeah.
8 for the burning.
8 points.
Yeah, so 8 points this round. And
that's what happens when you mess with a gargant.
At this point, that's, again, there's only 2 objectives left. That's going to put the game out of reach pretty much here. But we are playing for glory. We're going to go into Legion of the First Prince turn real quick, see if I can take down another mega-gargant. At least just throw this Bloodthirster in one last time. Let's jump into it. Legion of the First Prince, turn 4.
The Legion battle tactic is broken ranks. The Bloodthirster uses their finest hour, and the War Stomper fails heroic recovery. Kairos casts the Master's Command on the Bloodthirster. Kairos casts Mystic Shield on the Bloodthirster. Kairos fails to cast Gift of Change. Kairos uses at the double and then fails to summon with Unyielding Legions. The Horrors deal 1 damage to the War Stomper. The Bloodthirster and 1 War Stomper use Titanic Duel. The other War Stomper fails to roar. The Bloodthirster uses Pharaoh Roar, and the War Stomper uses All-Out Defense. Using Kairos' Oracle of Eternity, the Bloodthirsters deal 7 damage to the War Stomper. The War Stomper finishes off the Bloodthirster. Because of the Master's Command, the Bloodthirster fights on death and finishes off the War Stomper. Ugh, you got lucky there, punk. The Legion holds 1 objective, completes their battle tactic with a monster, slays a monster, and burns an objective, scoring 5 points.
All right, so Legion of the First Prince, turn 4. I achieved my battle tactic.
You did.
So pretty much what I was going to do, still trying to play the game as much as I could. Through the Bloodthirst turn here, went for broken ranks to do it. I achieved my battle tactic with a monster, slayed a monster, so that's 4 points there. I have hold 1, that's a 5th point. Not too bad at scoring.
Yep.
I also ran Kairos over there to try and summon on that objective, which would have given me hold 2 and hold more. 7 points on the round would have been amazing. I did 5. 5's okay.
Yeah.
7 would have kept it like a 2 point. You know what? I could have won this game if I had have summoned there. Because we're going into priority, and I would have another chance to do that.
Okay.
So close. But so yeah, not getting the summon there was huge. Because now right now I'm down 3, 4, 5 points. Sorry. I'm down 4 points.
Ability to.
It doesn't work on that
Okay.
that ability. Okay. So it's only certain ones that you can use the Kairos dice.
Okay.
So right now I'm down 4 points. I would have scored 2 more points if I had taken that down and been down 2. I mean, I probably still don't win the game because of grand strategies and I have a chance to win the game based on priority if I had have summoned and taken that objective there. That hurts. We will jump into priority though. That's a 6! Wow. Look at that, I win priority! So here, all I need to do is take that objective. I would do that, moving Kairos, stay outside of 9 so you can't redeploy onto the objective. And I get hold 1, hold 2, hold more. I would do Savage Spearhead, so I have 2 units in your territory. So that's 3 points there for the primary, 2 for the battle tactic. And I'm gonna burn this for another point. That's actually, so that puts me at 6 points for the round. I'm ahead 2, going into the final round. Wow, the thing is though, again, we were kind of talking about this, you're at the point, all you need to do is walk onto this objective. Might have been able to interesting. I could have potentially screened you off, but you walk over all that fun stuff. In the end, you could easily just complete Savage Spearhead, walking 2 units into my territory. You did a bonus point for it with monsters. There's 3 points there. You did hold 1 and hold more for taking my objective.
Yep.
And then you burn it.
Yep.
For 6 points in the final round also. So you match my score in the end. And it's just that 4-point lead in round 4 and 5
Yeah.
that wins you the game. Ends up being a close game, actually.
Yeah, surprisingly. And if only you weren't, I don't want to say an idiot, because you're not an idiot. No. You were just, if only you didn't forget.
Yes. Obviously, Legion of the First Prince is a high skill cap army, meaning you have to be really good to play it. And this is a good example why. Because if you forget things, it can really come back to bite you if you forget them in the wrong moment. So I guess, Cass, another game with the Gargants. This is the first time you've seen or played against Legion of the First Prince. How did you like it? What do you think of horrors?
I hate horrors. Honestly, I enjoy playing the Gargants. Like, I think they're fun to play.
Yeah.
They're easy-ish to play, like especially for a new player like myself. So,
you can compete without having
for sure. And I mean, yes, it was annoying about the horrors, but at the same time, it was just like there's no special strategy other than I just have to keep bashing and hopefully get them through.
Yeah.
But it was interesting to play with more spell casting this time.
And see an army that has a lot more tools and
trickery.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Well, I think obviously a big win here for the Gargants again. Narrow win actually. So next time we'll have to get him. A better general than me will have to come on and play Legion of the First Prince and not forget the 2 most important abilities of your army.
That hurts.
So that was a little rough, but still kept it close, which is nice. So that mistake aside, could have been a win, but Woulda, coulda, shoulda. But that's gonna be it for us here. We'll wrap things up today. Hope you guys enjoyed that match. Don't forget to hit like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And if you want to go a step further, help support the channel a little more, you can join our premium membership by hitting the join button below this video.
And just remember, someone else's failure can be your success.
All right, and with that, we'll see you guys soon in another battle report.
Bye.